Welcome back, my chubby puppies. It's SJB here. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late, but this is the new update 40 for Bloons Tower Defense 6. Today we're going to be going over all of the changes in this new update, starting off with the brand new hero, Corvus, the Spirit Walker. So first of all, he's going to cost $7,000, the most expensive hero to date. Kind of absurd, but you know what? It is what it is. They said he's supposed to be one of the most complicated heroes ever to come out. Corvus is a really complicated hero, and there is no way that I could officially go over everything that's going on with him today, but I'm going to try very quickly, at the very least. First of all, you're going to notice that he does have a targeting, and you're also going to notice that he does not have a regular attack that comes out of him. Instead, he's got this little guy over here who's going to swarm around and try to pop things. You can decide how you want to target with him, but he does have infinite range that can go anywhere on the screen, which is pretty cool. But that is not all that Corvus does. Corvus has got a lot of abilities over here, so there's just a kind of regular old balloon popping ability here that we can use that can just like slice through a ton of balloons. In addition to that, he's got a warp ability, which you might think doesn't matter much if you've got that infinite range. But it does matter, because you want to pop things in range just like a Prince of Darkness. And to make that work out, you're going to want to warp him around to areas where you're going to pop the most balloons, which is kind of cool. So he's got a lot of versatility to him to move around and make things happen. In addition to that, that is going to allow you to earn this graveyard, basically. Similar to, again, the Prince of Darkness. And this graveyard allows you to do weird things. And I don't want to go over all of this today because it's just going to be so ridiculously complicated, but just know that there are spells that you can do to make yourself do better. A slow-firing energy spear that arcs off small chain lightnings. Okay, cool. So we can use our energy to get that and do other things with it. We can do random things like sacrifice all mana and convert it into hero experience, which is kind of cool to make us level up faster. So if you're just like not needing to use any other additional things, just, you know, benefit yourself with some extra hero experience or whatnot. And you can kind of keep on doing that with all of these other random abilities. And again, don't want to go over all of that today. Just want to note that Corvus is pretty freaking cool. And he is very, very complicated. And there's no way that you can possibly master him in just a few minutes here. It's going to take some time. Next up, we got the new map, Glacial Trail, which is kind of complicated. We've got very limited places to put things, just in general. In addition, even the water down below here is not able to be placed. Well, you can put it on there, but then you don't really have that range. It's lower than everything else. So very, very, very many limitations here to destroy things, but I think we should be able to pull this off with some really high-quality, high-tier towers here. There are a few new achievements for us to earn, like Life Experience, Community Connoisseur, and a few others that if you're interested, you can get going on them achievements, though I'm not usually an achievement fan, based on my lack of having all achievements done. A bunch of new trophy items that you can buy if you're so inclined. Honestly, I think the pirate turtles, oh my gods, is pretty cool, and I'm gonna buy it. I think they're just cool. I want to see them. Quests. There's a bunch of new quests for you to test out if you're interested, and they're a little more organized now into tales, challenges, tutorials, and experiments, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Though a little more complicated is this section, the co-op-y events section now, where you play against other people. There's contested territory, odysseys, races, boss events, and collection events, all kind of organized into one little thing. You also get the daily challenge, the advanced challenge, and the co-op challenge that lasts 3 days now. I believe 3 days, maybe longer. And, of course, the boss challenges if you're ever interested in any of those. But now, if you want to do any of the other stuff, you have to make sure you click Play Social, and they're going to be organized a little bit better down here with added maps and added challenges, which is still something that I tend to do every once in a while. Now on to the balance changes. So this is the most important part of this video, most likely, because people want to know what towers have changed and why, in a nice, easy, and understandable format. And I like to give my opinions, too. So first of all, Paragon Dart Monkeys. Bonus damage to ceramics increased from 75 to 90, which isn't too shabby. Alrighty, folks, a lot of cannon changes here, and kind of just like all over the board. The most important one, though, if you ask me, is the frag bombs change. So check out these black balloons. Normally, frag bombs allows you to pop black balloons directly. Not anymore! So if you get the cross path of frag bombs with another random other cannon, it's not going to automatically give you that black popping power anymore. So even the Moab Maulers and like really big bombs, well, I guess really big bombs don't matter, but Moab Maulers in particular is not getting that black popping power anymore, which is kind of crazy. Frag bombs now $100 cheaper. Not really sure why, but okay, I guess that kind of makes sense. Randomly, balloon crush damage is going to remain normal, even though the frag bombs got that black popping power base taken away. As far as bottom path is concerned, the 4th tier cluster fortified damage reduced from 1 to 0. Okay, that's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. And then the bomb blitz damage increased from 5 to 6. So still a lot of weaknesses here, kind of all across the board with cannons. I mean, they're not just you put them down and they pop things. You really do have to, like, make sure you're using them right. All right, we got a few ice tower changes here that we're going to go over. Nothing too crazy or ridiculous, though, so just kind of keep that in mind. First of all, the ice shard damage is now uncapped, allowing for buffs, which is kind of cool. I mean, I don't know, man, if this elk buff is going to help or what, but I'd like to test it out and experiment a little bit. Super Brittle Ice Shards damage increased from 2 to 5. Super Brittle! Alright, I mean, I always thought a Super Brittle is sort of like a tower that I don't really enjoy using all that much, but, like, dang. That sounds pretty cool, dude. I'm kind of pumped for this. Arctic Wind Slow Zone reduced from 50% to 40%. Okay, fair enough, I guess. But the absolute 0 has no change. So, I don't know if that means that Snowstorm also has that change, but I believe so. And lastly, Icicles. The Icicles projectile radius increased from 4 to 5, which probably doesn't matter too much to most people, but we might be able to reach those balloons just a little bit more effectively, just with gigantic explosions. Interestingly enough, this 0 to 4 sniper gains bonus Moab damage, so it should be able to pop the Moab a little more effectively, and you can see that I could see this guy being fairly useful in a weird way to pop Moabs and still be effective against a lot of balloons around the 40s and maybe even the early 50s. So we might start seeing this guy a little more. I'm on Monkey Meadow, not Monkey Lane, but I can't build boats. But I just want to mention Aircraft Carrier and Flagship Carrier both got a price reduction of $300 and then $500. So $800 cheaper in total for the Flagship Carrier. Might be more worthwhile to go for. You can kind of see it in action. Nevimus Targeting's projectile distance is increased, so they'll never, like, run out, basically. Oh, I'm kind of upset about this. I liked the Robo-Monkey, but I felt he was pretty fair for what he was. I didn't feel like he was overpowered. But it is what it is. If anything, Tech Terror might have been overpowered. But Robo-Monkey pop damage reduced from 7 to 6. I kind of expected this. The Pop and Awe was pretty ridiculous, and the boss damage bonus reduced from 10 to 6, and the Pop and Awe damage bonus to stun reduced from 10 to 8. So nothing ridiculous actually coming out here, but just a difference nonetheless. We got some pretty awesome changes here, honestly, for ninjas. I don't want to say like awesome in the way that like they're super good now, but like awesome in I like the changes. Basically, first of all, Distraction has a blowback range normalized, so it used to just be kind of random how far they'd get sent back, from 10 to 250 distance. No longer is that the case. Now it's between 100 and 150 units of movement, which is still pretty significant, but it's not random anymore. It's consistent, which I always like, taking the randomness out of the game, but there's still some randomness there. In addition, the distance to ceramic balloons is slightly less, so you will not move ceramics back as far, which is fine, because they're, you know, beefy and have a lot of layers and all that stuff. And then, interestingly enough, the chance of Caltrops reduced from 15 to 10%. I didn't even know that Caltrops could send things backwards, but there it is. And lastly, the Flash Bomb. So the Flash Bomb distraction chance from 15 to 30%. So we might be expecting some more Flash Bomb action for distraction action. I mean, this is pretty cool. I like the idea of using these guys late game and just like stunning all the balloons, keep them on the screen, and make crap happen. I have no idea if this is going to matter to anybody out there, but Unstable Concoction with larger potions now is maybe more justifiable. Pierce from 3 to 4 instead of needing to go Unstable Concoction bottom path. Bikes, baby! We got some price reductions, sort of surprisingly. Monkey Bank cost reduced by $150, and then $300 for IMF loan, and of course that combines together for a $450 lesser cost. Alrighty, folks, we've got some Spike Factory changes here, but again, nothing crazy going on in this update. It's all just minor changes. Is Ninja Kiwi finally happy with the game? Spiked mines from 20 to 18 Pierce. Not bad. I mean, slightly less. It was pretty good, though, as a tower. It was pretty fair as a tower, if you ask me. And I feel like that seems like it makes sense. And then we kind of expected this to happen. Spike Storm was pretty OP. We expected a reduction in Moab bonus damage, and we get that from 9 to only 8, though. It went from, I believe, 4 up to 9. And now we're going down from 9 to 8. So it's, I think, double of what it originally was, which is still pretty absurd. And then Carpet of Spikes, main attack damage reduced from 4 to 3, so also a smidge less. Honestly, his main attack is not what's doing the damage here. It's all about them abilities, bro. So definitely still think about Carpenter's bikes on your team. There are a few hero changes, but honestly nothing too crazy. Azili got a small change, Admiral Brickle got a slight upgrade, I would say, and Geraldo got a weird change that I am kind of excited to show up in a video at some point. I almost even don't want to tell you guys because I want it to be a surprise. That all being said, Corvus is still the biggest part of this update. Mostly everything else is, I don't want to say minor, but nothing insane. So I am definitely excited to see what people do with Corvus and what people do with all the new changes to BPD6. Thanks so much for watching and have a super duper delicious day.